Hey guys, this is CyberDarkFan 51520. I'm a new gamer for YouTube, and I thought I would show you guys my Resonator deck. I will be focusing in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon shortly, but for right now, I will be focusing in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. So let's get started with my Resonator deck profile. First, I run 3 red Resonator. Basically, this is the core of the deck. Um, Whenever he would be normal summon, you special level 4 below from your hand. And if he special summon, you can target a monster face up on the field and gain life points equal to its attack. So that's really nice to combo off with some of the synchros. So yeah. And then we have 3 Synchron Resonator. This is also one of the main ones because when there's a Synchro on the field, you can special it. And when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Resonator from the grave back to your hand. So that's really nice. 2 Chain Resonator. Basically, when it's summoned and there's a Synchro on the field, you can special summon any Resonator from your deck. Really good to bring out Red Nova Dragon. Then 2 Dark Resonator. This is basically what I bring out with Chain Resonator to go into my Red Nova Dragon along with Scarlight. 3 Primitive Butterfly. This card, I just put this in here, and it's really interesting and really good to run because when you can special summon when you control no monsters. But the good part is you can once per turn increase the levels of all insects on the field by 1, and he is an insect, so that'll make it level 6 and put Red Resonator on the field, and you instantly got Scarlet. 3 Sacred Crane. This is basically my draw power of the deck because Red Resonator special it and then go for a level 6 Synchro, which is really good, comboing off Stardust Charge Warrior. 2 Trick Clown. Basically, if I special summon this with Red Resonator, send to the grave, get it back, and go into another Synchro play. 2 Wyvern Burster and 2 Black Dragon Cold Serpent. These 2 combo off each other really well, and since there are a lot of lights and darks in the deck, it works out great. Because Wyvern Burster banishes a dark to special, and Black Dragon Cold Serpent banishes a light, but the good part is when it's sent from the field to the grave, you get the other one from your deck to your hand. So that's really good. And my last monster is Tour Guide. Basically, if I want to go into my rank 3 Dante play, I can use this to bring out Dark Resonator. Now for the spells. I run 2 Resonator Call. I was debating on running 3, but it's really not necessary for my build. So it's basically the Rhoda for Resonators. 2 Desynchro. I don't get why people don't run this. It's a really good card. Basically, you can send a Synchro Monster back to the extra deck and summon the Synchro materials from your graveyard back to the field, like Red Resonator and Sacred Crane if you went to a level 6 Synchro play. And Red Resonator's effect gain life points and Sacred Crane to draw, so it's a really good draw engine. Then I run 2 Double Summon. Basically, if I want to go into more Synchro plays, if I have the option. I just put this in here, and it's worked pretty well so far. My 1 Instant Fusion, basically to go in my Norden and get off its effect. And since this deck does special summon a lot from the graveyard, Norden's effect will be very useful. Mind Control, basically if I wanted to go into more Synchro plays, I can use this to control one of my opponent's monsters. I do run Soul Charge. The price of paying life points isn't really relevant in this deck because of how the deck spams Red Resonator's gain life point effect. 2 Powerful Rebirth. Basically special summons a monster from the graveyard, gives it another 100 attack and defense, increased level by 1. So really good for Synchro plays. And the same thing with Call of the Haunted, except it doesn't have the level attack defense additional effect. It just special summons a monster from the grave in attack mode. Then 2 Red Cocoon. This card is very good in this deck because it can be equipped to any Dragon Synchro, and when it battles another monster, the effects of all other face-up monsters on the field are negated. And if this card's sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you get back Red Dragon Archfiend. And Scarlight does count as Red Dragon Archfiend on the field and in the grave, so that combos really nicely. 2 Reject Reborn. A lot of people don't run this card, but it is extremely good because when your opponent declares a direct attack, you can go ahead and end the battle phase and special summon a Synchro and a Tuner from your graveyard. which involves some more synchro plays, which is extremely good in this deck. Now for the extra deck. For my level 5 synchros, I run some Star Dragon Rebirth and ally just Catastor. Catastor destroys any non-dark that it battles automatically by the start of the damage step, which is amazing. And Star Dragon Rebirth, it's basically a monster reborn. When it's destroyed by a card that your opponent controls, you can special summon a monster from either player's graveyard. But you can only use this effect once per turn, but that doesn't really matter. For my level 6, I run Stardust Charge Warrior. Basically, I use it as a draw engine, desynchro back, and go into a different level 6. Red Wyvern, basically, it can pop the monster on the field the highest attack if your opponent controls a monster with higher attack, but it can only use effect once while it's on the field. So you can desynchro and go back into it if you want. Goyo, basically, when it destroys a monster, you can special summon it back to your side of the field in defense, which is really good. I mean, it's 2800 attack, so you can't really go wrong. Black Rose Moonlight, basically when it's special summoned or a level 5 or higher monster special summoned once per turn, you can bounce a special monster back. Really good level 7, plus you can combo off a Red Cocoon. I've done it several times. Siphon Lord Zeta, extremely good card, underrated. Basically, Zeta has the power to banish it and any special summon monster on the field until your next standby phase. Get rid of Xyz monsters, get rid of effects. It's really good. And then my Ghost Rare Scarlight. Basically, once per turn, he can destroy all other special summon monsters on the field that have attack points equal or less than to it, and it counts as Red Dragon Archfiend on the field or in the grave. And plus, due to its Destroy Monster effect, it also inflicts 500 for each destroyed, so it's a very good burn card, too. My level 9 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, really good, because I can use Reject Reborn to bring out a level 1 Resonator, either Synchron Resonator or Chain Resonator, along with Scarlight, and it's just amazing, because they can't really get rid of it unless they Dark Hole or Raigeki or something. And this card's amazing, because whenever it inflicts battle damage, you can special tuner from your graveyard, which I usually go into Red Resonator. Also, once per turn, he can negate the effect of any card on the field, so that's amazing. He can negate, spells, traps, monster effects, anything that's on the field, so that's amazing. Then I run Red Nova Dragon, basically with my Chain Resonator combo with Scarlight into Dark Resonator. It gains 500 for each tuner in your graveyard, and he can't be destroyed by card effects. Also, if your opponent would declare an attack, you can target the monster and negate the attack, and remove this play from card and special summon it during the next end phase. I do run Xyz in this deck too, so I do run Dante, basically my tour guide Dark Resonator play. I do run a couple rank 4s, Castell, bounces cards back, or you can book a Moon a monster, depending on how many Xyz materials you detach. Abyss Dweller, I use this against Burning Abyss, and it's evil. It basically, you can detach one during either player's turn to make your opponent's graveyard off limits for the whole turn. And it also gains attack points if there's water monster on the field, but that's kind of pointless. Starleech Pal Dynamo, since I do run quite a few light level 4s in the deck, this card's really good. Basically, you can detach 2 to go ahead and target a monster on the field. Its effect in the game, its attack points become 0. And it's not until the end of the turn, it's permanent. So that's extremely good. Also, when it's destroyed, you draw a card, so a little bit of draw power too. And then my Fusion Norden for instant fusion, obviously. So that's my deck profile for Resonators. Leave a comment if you want to leave feedback or anything you think I should change, or what you thought my profile, how good it was, or whatever. I mean, this is my first video, so I'm a bit nervous, but alright. Thank you for watching, and subscribe, and have a nice day.